8 years. That's how long Prince Jackson waited to ask the question that would change everything. The son of the king of pop. The boy who grew up in the shadow of the world's biggest superstar. The young man who watched his father's legacy both elevate and haunt him. And now, at 27, he's ready to write his own love story. But this isn't just another celebrity engagement announcement. This is about a man who learned what real love looks like after growing up in a world where nothing was real. The news broke on a quiet Tuesday morning. Prince Jackson, Michael Jackson's eldest son, posted a simple photo on Instagram. Molly Shermang's hand, a ring catching the light. 8 simple words in the caption that sent shockwaves through social media. 8 years down, forever to go. No grand gestures. No magazine exclusives. Just a moment of pure, unguarded happiness from someone who rarely shows the world his heart. Picture this, a 7-year-old boy standing behind a veil at his father's memorial service, the whole world watching. Cameras flashing, millions of people mourning a man they never knew personally. But for Prince, that man was just Dad. Michael Jackson died on June 25, 2009. Prince was 12 years old. Paris was 11. Blanket was just 7. In an instant, these 3 children became the most famous orphans in the world. I never had a normal childhood, Prince would later say in interviews. But my dad tried to give us as normal a life as possible. Normal. What does that word even mean when your father is Michael Jackson? When your home is Neverland Ranch? When you can't go to a grocery store without being followed by photographers. But Michael tried. He homeschooled his children. He made them wear masks in public to protect their privacy. He wanted them to have something he never had. A choice about fame. Prince grew up knowing his father as a gentle man who loved his children fiercely. The man who would wake up early to make them breakfast. Who would take them on private trips to museums and bookstores. Who would tuck them in at night with stories and songs. That's the Michael Jackson Prince remembers, not the headlines, not the controversies. Just Dad, when Michael died, everything changed overnight. The masks came off. The privacy disappeared. Suddenly, Prince Jackson wasn't just a kid anymore. He was Michael Jackson's son. And the world wanted to know everything about him. Katherine Jackson became their guardian. Joe Jackson hovered in the background. The grandfather who represented everything complicated about the Jackson family legacy. Lawyers fought over the top estate. The media dissected every decision, every appearance, every photo. Prince could have disappeared. He could have taken his inheritance and lived quietly somewhere far from the spotlight. Instead, he chose something different. He chose to honor his father's memory while building his own identity. He went to Loyola Marymount University, studied business, kept his head down, worked hard. He started appearing at charity events, speaking about his father's humanitarian work. Slowly, carefully, he began to step into his own version of public life. And somewhere along the way, he met Molly. Molly Shermang wasn't looking for fame. She wasn't an actress or a model or a social media influencer. She was just a regular girl living in Los Angeles, working, going to school, living her life. She didn't know she was about to fall in love with one of the most famous young men in the world. Their first meeting was unremarkable. A mutual friend's party. A conversation that lasted longer than expected. A connection that surprised them both. She didn't treat me any differently, Prince would later reflect. She saw me as just Prince, not Michael Jackson's son, just me. That's rare in Prince's world. Most people see the last name first. The legacy, the money, the fame, the tragedy. They see everything except the person standing in front of them. But Molly was different. She made Prince feel normal. Whatever that word means, their relationship developed slowly. Quietly, Prince had learned from watching his father's Relationships play out in tabloids. He knew the cost of public romance, so they kept things private. Date nights at home, small gatherings with friends, a love that grew away from cameras. For 8 years, they built something real. Through Prince's college graduation, through his various business ventures, through the constant pressure of being Michael Jackson's son, through the anniversaries of his father's death that hit like clockwork every June, Molly was there for all of it. The good days and the impossible ones. The moments when Prince felt strong and confident about his path, and the moments when the weight of his legacy felt unbearable. She watched him launch charity initiatives in his father's name. She supported his work behind the camera in entertainment. She celebrated his successes and held him through his struggles. 8 years of building trust, of learning each other, of proving that their love could survive the unique pressures of Prince's world. Think about that timeline. Prince was 19 when they started dating. 19 years old and already carrying the weight of one of music history's most complicated legacies. Molly was there as he figured out who he wanted to be as an adult. She was there when he struggled with depression, when the anniversaries of his father's death brought back waves of grief, when internet trolls attacked him for simply existing, when the pressure of living up to the Jackson name felt impossible. She was also there for the beautiful moments, when he laughed until his sides hurt, when he talked about his dreams for the future, when he found his own voice and his own purpose. "My father taught me that love is the most powerful force in the universe," Prince said in a rare interview. But I learned what that really means from Molly. For 8 years, they proved that real love doesn't need headlines. It doesn't need red carpets or magazine covers. It just needs 2 people willing to choose each other every single day. And now, finally, Prince felt ready to make it official. The proposal wasn't elaborate. No flash mobs, no jumbotrons, no social media spectacle. Just Prince and Molly and a moment that belonged entirely to them. He waited until they were alone, until the world felt quiet, until it was just them and the love they'd spent 8 years building. "Will you marry me?" For simple words that changed everything. Her answer was immediate. Yes, of course. Yes. For Prince Jackson, this engagement represents something profound. It's proof that he can create something beautiful and lasting, something that's entirely his own. He's watched love destroy and disappoint. He's seen relationships crumble under public pressure. He's witnessed firsthand how fame can poison the most intimate connections. But with Molly, he found something different. Something real. Something worth protecting and celebrating. The Instagram post was vintage Prince Jackson. Simple, elegant, private, even while being public. Just enough to share his joy without giving away too much. 8 years down, forever to go. Those words tell a story. They speak to the patience this couple has shown, the foundation they've built, the commitment they've already proven. This isn't a whirlwind romance. This isn't a headline-grabbing spectacle. This is to people who have done the work of love, who have weathered storms together, who have chosen each other again and again. 4. Prince. This engagement is also a declaration of independence. For years, his identity has been defined by his father's legacy, by tragedy and loss and the weight of impossible expectations. But love changes that narrative. Love says that Prince Jackson isn't just Michael Jackson's son. He's not just a survivor of childhood trauma. He's not just a young man trying to honor a complicated legacy. He's also a man who knows how to love and be loved. A man who has built something beautiful with someone, who sees him for exactly who he is. The Jackson family has always been complicated. Fame and talent mixed with dysfunction and pain. Generations of artists who gave the world incredible music, while struggling with the costs of celebrity. But Prince's story feels different. Quieter, more grounded, more hopeful. He's taking the best parts of his father's legacy, the commitment to helping others, the belief in love's power, the artistic vision, and he's building on that foundation while leaving behind the destructive patterns. His relationship with Molly represents that choice, the choice to prioritize real connection over public perception, to build something lasting rather than something flashy. Wedding plans haven't been announced yet. Knowing Prince and Molly, they'll probably keep those details private until they're ready to share them, if they share them at all. This is a couple that has mastered the art of living fully while maintaining their privacy. They understand that not every moment needs to become content, that some things are sacred. The engagement announcement itself was perfect in its simplicity. No interviews, no exclusive deals, no manufactured drama. Just a photo and a caption that said everything that needed to be said. It's a masterclass in how to be famous without being consumed by fame. How to share joy without sacrificing intimacy. Prince Jackson is getting married after 8 years of quietly building a love that could withstand the unique pressures of his world. He's ready to make it official. This isn't just another celebrity engagement. This is a young man who lost his father at 12 years old, who grew up in the spotlight, who carried impossible expectations, choosing to bet on love anyway. It's proof that even in the most complicated circumstances, real connection is possible. That patient love can triumph over instant gratification. That some stories really do have happy endings. 8 years down, forever to go. That's not just a caption. It's a promise, a commitment. A love story that started long before the cameras noticed and will continue long after they look away. Prince Jackson found his person. And for once, that's the only headline that matters. If this story touched your heart, let us know in the comments below. What do you think about celebrity couples who choose privacy over publicity? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories about love, legacy, and finding your own path in this complicated world.